When you create objects on your artboard, the order in which you create them determines how far up on the page, how far up in a stacking order they go. The file I have open is called Stacking Order, and you'll find it in the Chapter 7 folder of the project files. And what happened here is I first drew the yellow object. That's the oldest object. Then I drew the blue square, then the red circle, and then the last object I drew was the green star. Now I did this just to save time. If you want to draw your own objects, go right ahead. But just because I drew the green star last doesn't mean it always has to be in front. What if I want the green star maybe to be behind the red circle and in front of the blue square, or maybe I want it all the way in the back? There are a couple of ways that we can control the stacking order. One way is with some great keyboard shortcuts, and they might seem a little weird, but if you need to change stacking order a lot, I do suggest you remember them. But I will show you some mousy ways of doing it. First thing is, I'm going to select this green star, and if I just want to move it backwards, not all the way to the back, but just one level to the back, I'm going to press Control left square bracket. Now, that's Command left square bracket if you're on a Mac. And when I'm talking about the left square bracket, if you take a look at the letter P on your keyboard, to the right of the letter P, you have a left square bracket, and immediately next to that you have a right square bracket. So when I talk about the left and right square brackets, those are the keys I'm talking about. So I have this green star selected, and I will press Control left square bracket or Command left square bracket, and you see what happens is it goes behind the red circle, but not all the way to the back. It's still in front of the blue square. If I press Control left square bracket again, now it's behind the blue square but in front of the yellow triangle. And now if I press Control left square bracket one last time, now you see it's all the way back. Bringing an object forward, you can pretty much guess. I'm going to select the green star now that it's the backmost object, and each time I press Control or Command on the Mac and the right square bracket key, it comes one level up. If I want to send the object all the way to the back, all at once without having to do step by step, then I just add the Shift key to the mix. So Control Shift left square bracket, or that's Command Shift left square bracket on the Mac, sends it all the way to the back, and Control Shift right square bracket, or Command Shift right square bracket on the Mac, brings it all the way to the front. Okay, so I told you there were some mousy ways of doing it. There's actually two different places. One is with a right click. So I'll just click the right mouse button on the green star, and then down here towards the bottom, Arrange. And now you see there's all the shortcuts. And now if I want, I can, let's say, send backwards, and that's one step. Right click it again, and I can send it to the back, and there's that shortcut. And now maybe I'll take the yellow triangle this time. I'll select it. I'll right click, Arrange, and bring to the front. Right, so front means all the way to the front, forwards is one step, backwards is one step backwards, and send to back means all the way back. So I'll choose Bring to Front, and boom, now the yellow triangle is all the way to the front. And I said before, there are kind of two ways of doing it. So instead of using the right click, if you want, go up here to Object, the Object menu, and Arrange, and now you have the same thing. So I'll take this big yellow triangle and send it to the back, and boom, it's all the way to the back. Now, this is all pretty much straightforward because I only have 4 objects on this entire artboard. But imagine if you have a very complicated piece of art and there's hundreds of objects on here. It may not be obvious which is sending backward and what is sending forward, because if I have hundreds of objects over here, each with their own stacking level, I could take this yellow triangle and bring it forward. Could spend 10-15 minutes bringing it forward, and it doesn't look like anything's happening because we have a whole bunch of objects on there. To get around that problem, we have layers, and we have a layers panel that will make that a lot easier to do. And we're going to take a look at that in the very next lesson.